Thank you once again for according us this opportunity to have this interview with you. So first of all, I would like to know about the Afri-Fruits, how it started and what you do, what led to it.
Afri-Fruit has been established in 1989.
Okay.
We are a consulting and management company.
Okay.
Our major business is to promote agriculture in Nigeria, and we are establishing farms in a bit advanced technology to Nigeria. We started our operation in Kano State in 1999, where we introduced apples, peaches, and grapes to the country, and it was quite successful. In the same project, we introduced the drip irrigation system, considered today as one of the leading irrigation systems in the world. Later on, we expand our business to a different crops. We are establishing a lot of greenhouses today, and we are the one who introduced the hydroponic. We are producing lettuce on top of water. It's one of our new projects in the last 4 or 5 years. In general, as I said, we are promoting agriculture. We are trying to introduce new crops, new technology in different crops, and to try to develop the agri sector and to give our share in the development of the agri sector in Nigeria.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, we know it's not easy to maintain a business in Nigeria, calling with the issue. Nigeria is a tough place, both from the sometimes the of corruption, bad power supply, electrics and other stuff. So how have you been able to manage all these things? It's been a long time staying in Nigeria since 90s. What have been the secrets?
Yes, we have a lot of challenges in the farms, but to every problem that we face, we got a solution. Although sometimes it's not cheap and is increasing the production cost of the crops.
Okay.
But major issues usually is power, water supply. Of course, we have local workers, so we have some issues with the local, not all the time, but we have some issues with the local staff. But I think that after many years in the business, I think we'll be able to tackle and to pass over most of the obstacle on the road. Of course, there is some cases that we are not expecting it, but in general, again, it's more expensive because if you don't have electricity, you need to get generator. A generator to start generator, diesel today is very high price. So we are going on solar. The solar is a bit expensive, but for the long run is a bit cheaper. But I think we'll be able to, after so many years of working here, we'll be able to reach to a stage that we can say yes, we can get a smooth operation in the farm. I can say in 80 or 85%.
Okay, that's nice. From most of what we have seen about you online and even here, we could say that you are one of the big agricultural companies in Nigeria. So we would like to know, what do you do different? What has been the secret of your success? How do you?
You see, in business, what I learned in Nigeria, that you have to be very straightforward.
Okay.
As long as you have a good name in the market, and I think, I don't want to praise myself, but I have a good name. People can give me, pay me for things, and I'm sure that they are going to get whatever they are doing. I keep my good name, and as I mentioned, sometimes you don't have to do marketing because people, first of all, we are doing a very great job in the issue of the agriculture and the matter of the infrastructure and the supply of the equipment. Most of my equipment coming from Israel.
Israel?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm an Israeli. So most of the equipment is coming from Israel, and I know exactly what I'm buying and what I'm supplying. I don't have any surprises as quality issues. So I used to say cheap costs expensive if you want to do cheap, but eventually when you start operating, you find yourself that you need to replace whatever you bought. So it's better to do it once in a good quality than to save you. It can serve you for many years. So the issue is to keep yourself and a good name in the market. And from there the sky is the limit.
Okay, that's nice. So, I would like to know, ask you about entrepreneurship. Do you think anyone can be an entrepreneur, or it should be for a select few who are business minded?
You see, to my own opinion,
Yeah.
anybody can anybody can do anything he likes to do and he
Okay.
know how to do.
Yeah.
Uh, the two ways that guiding me, or the two points guiding me, is do what you like to do and do the best that you can. If you can, if follow this pattern that served me as for today, you find yourself you can achieve it and you can reach to any level that you really want to. And of course, as I mentioned, you have to be very straightforward with people. But the issue is do whatever you like to do, what you really like to do, and do it in the best way you can. In this way, anybody can do anything that he likes
Mm.
and to succeed. This is the way I see life after my experience that I'm working in Nigeria. So
Okay.
you can be successful, man. Yes, Nigeria is very hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy here. But when I hear people that they want to leave the country to go to another country, I say this is not the solution. So the solution is to stay, to stick, and to put your share and put your best. Make sure that some things will improve later on in the future. It's not to go to leave to go to the other country. This is not the solution. So Nigerian is for Nigeria is for Nigerians.
So Nigerians.
This is the way I see it. And as long as you work hard, yes, a lot of difficulties and a lot of ups and downs, a lot of potholes, but eventually there is no other place. Home is home, and you have to stick to it.
Okay, let me about the entrepreneurship. Did you start up the company, business in Nigeria, or have you been doing it in Israel before you?
No, I came here as a farm manager. I was an employee in a firm, in a company that got a contract to establish a farm in Kano.
Okay.
So I was the farm manager of the farm. And after I finished my terms with the company, I decided to stay and to start my because I saw the potential in culture here. The potential here is enormous. I mean, I was talking 2 weeks ago about it. And the potential in Nigeria is very, very, very high. I mean, you can produce any crops that you think you can produce. Either is tropical or is temperate or any crops you think about it's possible to produce it. People don't think that they produce apples,
I'm
peaches,
I'm
and
here to ask about that.
and I proved them wrong. In Jos alone, very well in Canada, did very well in
They
Great
produce
Britain.
apple in Nigeria.
Yes, that's where I started.
That's
That's
nice.
where I started. And there is some, not very much in Jos, there is Jos in Kaduna. There is some farmers that are still, I was the one introduced to them
Actually,
in 90s, 1990, 92, 93, to the World Bank project. We planted them, we trained the people how to raise them, and we have some nice small plantation, but we have some plantation in Joso. You can produce almost any crops that you think. We have, let's say, from the tropical down south to Benue, to the Middle Belt, to Mobile Plateau, to Jos, to Sub-Sahara. The range of crops that you can produce in each one of the area gives you a very, very big list of crops that you can produce in Nigeria. And I mean, we don't have any problem with the production. We have other issues in the agriculture sector, but not in the production, because in the production aspect, there is a lot of crops that you go for even for export from Nigeria. So this is what I think about the issue of the production in Nigeria.
Okay. Okay, from the way you explained about how you have been able to pull through, you see that you have the passion, and that's why you have lasted this long. Like the passion in surmounting the challenges, and like we're thinking, trying to provide electricity and water, maybe it should also make the prices of your products be high. Do you think there's any way it can be like the challenges you face affects the prices of your services and products?
Of course, first of all, anything you import to Nigeria today, when it's passing to the port,
Yeah.
Nigeria ports, the charges are very high. It's, is of course is increasing the price.
Okay.
Of course, if there's no electricity, you have to start on July. When there is some crops that you need electricity 24 hours. When you don't have light, you cannot survive. So the issue of electricity, diesel,
So finally, this thing goes into the price of the final product. Necessary.
everything has to take
Okay.
into consideration. Because when you make a farm, you make it to be profitable.
Profit is for profit. Every business is for profit. So finally, sir, I would like to round up by asking you a question about what you think about the insecurity situation in Nigeria and the forthcoming election. I'm glad to round up.
I don't want to enter to a politics.
I think so, but that's it. You could stand on the fence.
I'm guest in the country.
Yeah. No, you're not going to get. I've stayed here more than 20 days. If
Not 30 days, it's 38 years.
38. That's quite bad. It is actually giving an award from the government. Yeah. No.
Politics are different for the politicians.
Okay.
The insecurity is there is insecurity in the country. I had an ordeal that they kidnapped one of my staff in expatriate about 3 years ago on the Buja in Kuje, and it was not a pleasant experience. Yes, there is a lot of. I mean, I used to go to Sokoto, to Maiduguri, to Kebi, to anywhere on my own without doing something like that. I cannot do it today. I moved my activities. I was 16 years in Ghana, and I know the north like I know my hands. There is no place in the north that I was not there. I cannot go there today. Even around Abuja here, sometimes I have to take some police people with me because this insecurity is becoming something that you have to be very careful, and you have to think about any step you do when you travel. So I don't really much travel these days. I'm just going on Abuja even. On Abuja, I take some security people with me. Is the first thing that we need to take is security, because if people will not be able to go even to the farms to produce, they will not have food on the table. In the time of the Corona time, when the insecurity, Sokoto and Kebbi was the biggest potato producer of onion. The price went up to the sky because the farmers were able to go to the farms to produce the onion. It's one of the things that I remember about this happened when they started. Security is the first item, I can say. Again, the politics are left for the politicians.
No problem. You're done with. So you wanted to
Okay, you said you've been there for about 30 years.
8 years. Yes.
38 years. And I see your business is quite doing well.
So,
Your everything, the company is moving very fine. So does your busy schedule allow you to like go to Israel often to visit your family?
my children are there, my grandchildren are there, so I can assure you that they don't miss me too much. I find time for them.
Okay.
My issue is not there, my issue is here.
Yeah.
The insecurity man is the major issue that to me as a business, because if you cannot go to your business peacefully, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
They cannot again be bad or good or whatever, but as long as there is no security, you cannot do your work.
That's true.
So the first thing is actually, and I used to tell my friend, the first thing for any country, it's not only Nigeria, is security. Before I used to go to view the farm in Kaduna and visit it, so I don't go.
Security is
So
paramount.
security
Anywhere.
anywhere. I mean, Nigeria is the most important thing.
Okay. Good. Thank you very much, sir, for your time with us. We are really good.
Thank you very much.
So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, I appreciate it.